All right, a Fox Business alert for you. Reports today that the New York Fed pressured AIG to withhold information from the public. The emails apparently showing that while Tim Geithner ran the New York Fed, it suggested AIG not disclose it was paying 100 cents of the dollar to some banks for toxic assets. California Republican Representative Darrell Issa has the emails, wants an investigation. The Congressman joins us now on the phone. Man, oh man, Congressman, this is weird stuff because it's all dovetailed to the time that Geithner was announced as the president's Treasury Secretary designate. It gets weirder and weirder. What do you make of it?
Well, what's interesting is it's exactly the day that he became the 24th, that he became the designate, that all these things sort of happen on one day. The real question is, in the middle of a crisis, when somebody that's been at the center of the crisis is penciled in to be upgraded to be, Paulson's replacement, how in the world was a crisis used to create a cover-up, and why is it that either Tim Geithner didn't prevent it or very possibly was at the center of it? And a little bit remains to be seen. I want to give the benefit of the doubt for exactly everybody involved, because emails give us a partial view. We should get more discovery in order to have a full view.
Well, I'll tag on, we didn't wait that long for Hank Paulson, whether you're for the guy or against the guy. I mean, we were down to looking at what he had for appetizers at a restaurant and making all sorts of insinuations and charges. What I'm just saying is, if you're going to go after him, go after this guy. And very few, save you, are going after this guy.
Well, I think Tim Geithner should not have been confirmed and would not have been confirmed had what we know today been known by the senators at the time of the confirmation. They would have said, look, this guy may have tried to help, but he's certainly too controversial to promote.
Oh, but I think he would, Congress, wouldn't it? Because we were still in that financial free fall. I mean, the president had just been elected, and there was a sentiment, or you want to know who knows where the bodies are buried, so to speak. And as the New York Fed head, he did, right?
What I want to know is why friends of Tim Geithner got $100 billion more money than they should have. Those friends include the Bank of Ireland. They include Goldman Sachs. They include everybody who got 100 cents on the dollar because AIG got 100 cents on the dollar, when the reasonable negotiated rate would have been less than half of that.
All right, so that was what was going at the time, because the same arguments were made against Treasury Secretary Paulson for looking after his old Goldman buddies, right? Or where does this go? How far does this go?
Well, I think it goes to the fact that the oversight people were, in fact, from the industry, and at a time when crisis was the excuse, your tax dollars were thrown indiscriminately. They were not thrown the way Hank Paulson or Tim Geithner would have done it had their bonuses been on the line. If their bonuses had been on the line for preserving the capital of the company, they would not have paid 100 cents on the dollar to bail out a failed British division of AIG that they didn't have to bail out. They wanted to secure the economy. They wanted to prevent a free fall in the economy. 100 cents on the dollar could never be said to be critical in order to achieve that. If they had paid out even a fraction, let's say the face value of those credits was 40 cents. If they paid out 60 cents, it still would have been a premium, and it would have been certainty, and the banks would have happily taken it. Instead, they all got made whole, and you and I are stuck with the only money that for sure won't be paid back, and that's the majority, and this is by their own oversight people, the majority of the money paid to AIG is not coming back because AIG does not have a tangible net worth that equals it. And more importantly, the SP division, which is really where the money went through, never owed as much as we put into it.
All right. It's weird stuff, Congressman. We'll see how far it goes, especially the Democratic Congress for the time being, but we'll look at it closely.
It's going nowhere unless people like you really make a point of it, because otherwise this is going to be buried as unfortunately, the history of transparency in this administration is there's less here than there was under Bush, and Bush is not a model for transparency.
All right. Well, bottom line, we're not red or blue on this subject. We're green. We just relentlessly follow the green and where it went, and we'll follow this.
Thank you for following it.
Congressman, thank you very much. Happy New Year to you.